Good morning, YouTube. So today for the video, I'm going to be doing a foundation video. So if you guys want to see how I did this foundation, then let's get into this video. I already did my eyebrows and half of my eye makeup. I didn't do the bottom yet, as I want to do my foundation and then we will do the bottom of my eye makeup. So first I got to get this hair out of the way. So I got this cute little wrap, okay, and it keeps your hair out of the way while you're doing your makeup. It'll look a little funny. We just add this, want all of that out of the way. I do not want foundation on my hair. Okay, so now that my hair is pinned back, we're going to move on to the first thing I do. So obviously the first thing I do when I wake up is I moisturize my skin. I've got a lot of adult acne, and so there's nothing you can do about that. I've been working on it. I will get there. So the primer I have is called Jelly Primer. It's by Hard Candy. I really like this one. It's supposed to make your makeup last 12 hours. So I just take a little bit of this and I rub it all on my skin. And it doesn't feel, this one doesn't feel heavy, it feels nice. And I have combination skin. I noticed that by the end of the day, right here, my T-zone gets a little bit oily and on my nose. So we are going to handle that today. So just rub this all over. Get a good, like, sticking point. So then, I don't know about you, but I do not like these craters, okay, my pores. So I like to fill those in with Maybelline New York Baby Skin. This is a instant pore eraser. And what you want to do with this, it's more like a jelly kind of consistency. And I pat it into my pores. I don't rub it in, I pat it in to kind of fill those craters in. Do it on that side, and I'll do it on this side. Okay, now we're ready for the foundation. Now when you're doing foundation, you can either use a beauty blender or a brush. I really love this beauty brush. It's called F.A.R.A.H. It works amazing. This has been my go-to. I used to use a beauty blender all the time, but I found, I like the way the brush looks a lot better. But I do use a beauty blender for my concealer. So the foundation I've been loving is the Milani Conceal Perfect 2-in-1. It's a foundation and a concealer, and it's full coverage, so it will cover up these bad boys I got going on. So I will take some of this, and a little bit goes a long way. So I put some on my hand, like so. And then I'll take my brush, get a little bit on there, and then I'll sweep it across. I always start with my chin first. I feel like that's a good starting point. And then I'll move up my cheeks where all my little friends and scars are hanging out. Y'all, I hate acne, and I hate the acne scarring. It is so embarrassing, and thank goodness for cover-up. So just take this, and I don't go all the way up to my eyes as I'm going to be using concealer up there. So I'll just brush it along. Get to my hairline, but try not to saturate your hair in it. And then I'll go to the other side and swoop this along. There's so many different tips and tricks that you can find with foundation, but what I found works really good is, less is more, okay? You don't want to put a million layers of foundation on your face. Just stick with one. If you want more full coverage, go for, full coverage foundation. If you want, medium coverage, then go for something that's not as full coverage, like a tinted moisturizer or something like that. But I don't know, I can't use that right now until I get rid of this acne scarring. Don't want the world to know what's under this. And then I'll move on to the top of my head. Being careful of these brows because you know how long that takes. Swoop, swoop it up, ladies, swoop it up. Go to the other side. Okay, and then we cannot forget to blend our neck in. You want to have a good transition. All of it be the same color. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to take some concealer and I'm going to add it underneath my eyes. Now this process you have to work very fast, especially if you have a lot of creasing in your eyes. I like to start with one eye at a time, and then after I do the concealer, then I do a loose transition powder. It's a finishing powder. I love the Maybelline New York Fit Me, and I do 05. It's like basically a white. So I'll open this up, get that ready to go. And for that, I'm going to use my beauty blender. I don't know, I learned this, it's clean, I promise, but my foundation has stained it. So I love to cut my beauty blenders in half. You can really get into the underneath your eyes if you cut it in half. So I really recommend that trick. Okay, so I'm using the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. This one, I went a little bit too dark, so it almost matches the color of my foundation, but I'm not mad at that. It's all right, you know? So I'll take it and I'll swoop it underneath my eye. Take my beauty blender, blend it into the eye. Then after that is all blended in, I will go ahead and take my translucent powder and pack that on there right, you know, before it creases. You got to work fast. Okay, now that eye is nice and set. So now I'll move on to the next eye. Same thing, swoop it across. Take my beauty blender, blend it under there. And then I will take my powder and bake it. And don't worry, we're gonna use the translucent powder on the rest of our face, but I like to bake the eyes before they set, as I don't like the creasing I get at the end of the day. All right, and now the eyes are finished. Well, underneath the eyes, I should say. So now that we have finished the concealer underneath the eyes, I think I look weird like this with my eyes like this. So I like to add a little bit of eyeliner underneath the eye. I absolutely love the Rimmel Scandaleyes eyes. This is the best, creamiest eyeliner I have ever found. I won't use any other one than this one. So I take my eye carefully so you don't ruin what you just did, and just add a little bit underneath. And what's great about this eyeliner is it does not smudge and it does not move. Once you put it on, it is there to stay until you remove it. Okay, and that's all I need right there. I'm going to add mascara. This is called the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Sky High. I love this stuff. It's kind of pricey, but let me tell you, it is amazing. So I'll just add it to the bottom. Now what we're going to do is add some powder to our face. And again, I like to take my damp beauty blender and essentially press it into the powder. And then you're pressing it into your face. That way it can set it I don't want to swoop it. I want to set it. I want to push it in there. And I'm telling you, the powder makes a big difference. By end of day, you'll notice that your makeup stays all day when you do the powder. So just press it on, press it, press it, press it. So let me know down in the comments what you guys find is the best way for you. I find that this works the best for me, but something that works for me may not work for you guys. So let me know your tips and tricks. But this works pretty well and makes my makeup look great all day, so I don't have to redo it again in about, I don't know, an hour. So press it, press it, press it. Set that makeup in place. Okay, and we don't have to do anything underneath the eyes because we've already done that. So now we're going to move on to bronzer. So this is the bronzer I love to use. It's called MORPHE. A little bit goes a long way though, because this stuff is pretty dark. So I'll take my brush, something like this, and I'll tap, 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 tap. And then I like to tap the extra onto my hand because I'm telling you, this stuff is really, really dark. Then I will rub it onto my cheekbone, like so. Then I'll do the other side the same way. Tap, tap, and take off the excess. And rub it on my cheekbone. Then I see some people do up here on their hairline just to add a little bit dimension to the face. Why not? And then we'll do it again down here. Just adding a little bit of dimension to the face. Now that everything is done, we need to set this in place. And I love the Hard Candy Sheer Ivory Longwear Setting Spray. You really want to use setting spray. It makes a huge difference. So, and making your makeup last. So I like to squirt it in the air to make sure it's not clogged. Then I'll take it and spray it all over my face. And I'll tell you, this stuff smells amazing. And then we'll go ahead and we will let this dry. We're all done and we're ready to go out and take on the world. I hope you guys enjoyed my makeup tutorial today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything, just add it down below. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna do lots more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.